that.
Yeah.
I know you talk a lot about inner blocks and the
Mhm.
importance of transforming those. I'd love to kind of start with what is an inner block?
Mm.
And then how do we go about starting to transform those in order to like, own our own value and to begin to create some goodness for ourselves?
Brilliant question. So I've obsessed about this for over 20 years because I believe from a very young age that like our we have an innate ability to create, an innate ability to manifest. And I thought, well, if that's true, then how come we're not all manifesting all the time? Or how come I wasn't manifesting? So I kind of obsessed on my blocks and barriers and then have worked, I get a lot of real clarity when I'm working on someone else. I found it a little bit harder when I'm working on myself personally. And so I have obsessed about this for a long time. And there's lots of levels and layers to it. But essentially, the way that I've experienced anyhow is these inner blocks and barriers are on the level of the mind. So our thoughts, our beliefs, the stories that we tell ourselves create your perception of reality. Our emotions that we have, and also on a body level, on a nervous system level. And what happens when you say this may be something that you want to have or want to manifest or want to experience? We want to go and look at what is going on in your inner game that is stopping you and blocking you from allowing yourself to receive it and to actively go for it, like to create an alignment with what you want. Because a lot of people will say they want XYZ, but they're taking action that's out of alignment with what they say they want. And why is that? What's going on? So this is like deep. I think neuroscience actually explains it really well, like the hardwiring of our brain. That's not my area of expertise, so I speak from a slightly different point of view. But essentially, these blocks, they come from our how we've been programmed, come from the family we were raised in, the society we were raised in, the culture we were raised in, the experiences that we've had in this life. So that could be like traumatic experiences, big T, little t, that inform our point of view, our perception. And what can happen is if those go unaddressed, they're generally running us unconsciously. They're generally in the shadows, so we can't see it. And this is where kind of one of my areas of expertise is helping people to uncover these hidden blocks and barriers to manifesting what you want. The challenge of these blocks is they feel like facts and the
Mm,
truth, and like people
mm,
will fight to to defend their blocks because they're like, this is my reality. And you can't really argue with that. It's like, yeah, it's true. Like whatever you think, you're right. But if you're interested in the inner game of it, it's super fascinating because there's so much we can do with that to shift and change it. But that's where I would say it starts. And it absolutely, those inner blocks and barriers are the stories, thoughts, emotions, like kind of how your nervous system reacts and responds to situations will inform your perception of reality, how you're experiencing life, but also what you do or don't do as a result of that. So again, like the plants, I don't see anything as good or bad or right or wrong. It's just is. But it's like if you don't like what is, then we can actually do work to shift and change that if you want a different result, if you want a different outcome.